आग लगा दो, आग लगा दो, आग लगा दो. Let's do a quick recap. Now I hope you did have attention and your ears were open as Chef Bali told you that we actually consume everything from all the senses. So अगर आपकी आँख कान खुली थे तो आपने चीज़ों को नोटिस किया होगा. Now let me ask you, what was that dollop of cream, the name of that dollop of cream that Chef Anil had put? Very good. She gets to taste. Who's letting the names? Okay. Give your name. किसी ने पूछा नहीं अभी तक कि शेफ 3 डिशेस बन गए, टेस्ट कब करेंगे? एक साथ करेंगे. Okay? When all the 4 are done, we will taste it together. Is that okay? All right. Let's go to number 2. At what temperature Chef Anil Rohira did the sugar? 35 degrees Celsius, sugar. 107, very good. Give your name. Okay, 35 degree was the ganache. Okay, that is what the temperature you need for the ganache. All right, now let's move to Chef Vicky. What was the name of the mushroom that he has used? Easy था ना? उन्होंने और 2 मशरूम का नाम लिया था. और कितना खाएगी? एक बार खा रहे हैं ना, इसका हो गया. Done. चलो, let's move to Chef Bali. Okay, Chef Bali ने तो, I've been telling him from yesterday that he's been throwing pearls of wisdom. Whosoever can catch it, catch it. But you need to have the sense to catch it. Right? Now, in Chef Bali's demo, apart from his dish, I'm going to ask you something that he said very, very, profound. He talked about senses. Okay? Now, I'm not asking this question. I'm telling you and expanding on what Chef said. That I tell my cooks and my chefs that if you do not have your 5 senses in place, please don't come to work. Okay? Anybody wants to take a dig of why am I saying that? Anybody? And explain with examples how a chef uses 5 senses in the kitchen. Anybody who answers this will get an extra burrata. We have an extra burrata? नहीं है? भिजवा देंगे. Or you will get an extra packet of pecan from my side. Anybody? Guys, आंसर देने से डरो मत. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा? गलत होगा ना आंसर. आजा 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 लेके उसको लेके आंदे आंदे यही वाले सॉन्ग पे डांस करेगा अभी यहाँ पे. किसका फोन बज रहा था? तेरा. आजा आजा आजा, ये गाना बजाओ, बजाओ बजाओ गाना, यही बजाओ, डांस करो. आ जाओ. अरे बीच में. अरे आना यार, मस्ती करेंगे थोड़ी सी तेरे साथ. क्या हो गया? पनिशमेंट नहीं दे रहा. इट्स नॉट अ पनिशमेंट. रैगिंग भी नहीं है, मस्ती कर रहे हैं यार. चलो गाना चलाओ, गाना. अबे गाना चलाना, मस्ती कर रहे हैं. मैं डांस करूं आगे? हाँ, नंबर डायल करो इसका. कमाल है यार. Okay, anybody? Going back to the question. No one. 5 senses कैसी है? 5 senses होती कौन सी है पहले वो तो बता दो.
Smell, eyes, and taste.
Okay. Now let's say you are not a chef and you are going to your mother's kitchen. Now tell me. संडे को राजमा बन रहे हैं, कैसे पता चलता है? और अबे देखे कहाँ है, पता कैसे चलता है?
सुन के.
क्या सुना?
राजमा.
क्या सुना?
तड़का.
प्रेशर कुकर की सीटी. तू इधर ही आजा. तू साथ में आजा. शी इज वेरी ब्राइट. प्रेशर कुकर की सीटी सुनी तो सबसे पहला सवाल क्या आया? काले चने, सफेद चने या राजमा, तीनों में से क्या बन रहा है? बराबर. स्मेल से पता चलेगा राजमा चल रहा है. ठीक है. और मम्मी राजमा चढ़ा के चली गई कपड़े धोने, तो फिर क्या स्मेल आया? जलने का. ओके. और कुकर बहुत देर से पड़ा हुआ है और आपने देखा नहीं कि उसकी सीटी है कि नहीं और आपने लगा दिया हाथ, तो क्या हुआ? ठीक है. या फिर राजमा उबाल के रखे हुए हैं एक दिन बाहर और फिर क्या होगा राजमा को? स्लाइमी. तो क्या यूज होगा? टच. ओके. एंड देन फाइनली व्हेन राजमा मम्मी बनाती हैं तो क्या होता है? तो कान यूज हो गया, नाक यूज हो गई, हाथ यूज हो गया, टेस्ट यूज हो गया, आंखें क्या गई? हाँ, देख के पता चलता है ना कि राजमा अच्छे बने कि नहीं. आज मम्मी राजमा अच्छे नहीं बने. Right? Now this is a home learning. When you take this into a setting where it is not just one ingredient, but there are 1,000 ingredients, you should be able to see a chili powder box which is congealed or become one mass. What has happened? Moisture has happened, right? So if you start using your eyes and start training your mind with these 5 senses, what will you become? जोर से बोलना है यार. अगर 5 सेंसेस को अच्छे से इस्तेमाल करोगे, 2000 इंग्रेडिएंट्स को अच्छे से देखोगे, तो क्या बनोगे? ओनली शेफ. अच्छे शेफ. ओके, और अच्छे शेफ बनने का एक और एग्जांपल दूंगा, बट खाना बनाने के साथ साथ. हिंदी इज ओके. Everybody has been speaking English, but I am okay with Hindi, so I will speak in Hindi. Okay, so because it's a very English dish, so I'll now start speaking in English. My dish today is an appetizer. It can also be treated as an entree. Anybody wants to take a take? What's the difference between appetizer and entree? Sorry?
It's a big main course, entree.
Entree?
Yes.
It's a smaller main course.
Yeah.
Yeah? So it's a pre-main course.
Yes.
Okay, or an appetizer is a? Okay, a starter. Very good. So I can treat it as a starter if I have a baby burrata, but if I have a large burrata, I can treat it as an entree also. Or if I make the size that I'm making today, I can use it as a sharing portion. So my dish is a pumpkin whip along with masala pecan nuts, a beautiful crispy pecan shard, and along with that I'm doing a salad and a little bit of chili oil. So I have with me beautiful pumpkin, which was pre-roasted because it will take about an hour to roast this slow and low, and that has only salt, pepper, olive oil, rosemary and garlic. That's all it has. Okay. Now ये कद्दू है. अब इसको आप किसी भी तरीके से फ्लेवर कर सकते हो. ठीक है. अगर आप पंजाबी हो तो क्या बनाओगे आप? कौन बोला पराठे? कौन बोला? आप बोले? आप पंजाबी हो? पता है मेरे को, वो तो पता ही है. कहाँ से हो? यूपी से. कद्दू की बेइज्जती करते हो तुम्हें. क्या बोले थे हम? कद्दू पूरी के साथ खाया जाता है, पराठे के साथ नहीं. कद्दू का पराठा कभी नहीं सुना है हमने, ना सुनेंगे. राइट? और क्या हो सकता है? व्हाट आर द पॉसिबिलिटीज? कम ऑन टेल मी. व्हाट आर द पॉसिबिलिटीज? Come on. You're in Bengal. What do you use in Bengal a lot? Mustard oil. Mustard oil. What else? What tadka do we use in Bengal? Panchpuran. Okay, you take mustard oil, put Panchpuran ka tadka and you put kaddu. Khatta meetha kaddu. Amazing. Right? That's what you can make. But now what we are doing is, we are remaining today in the Western cooking zone. I am not taking this into an Indian cooking zone. So now, my dish is going to become a fusion dish. But I want you to know, fusion is not confusion. Repeat after me. When? When does fusion become confusion? And when fusion is not confusion? Confident is very good. I like the word confidence. But in confidence, I can also make Fanta Maggie. That's also fusion. I'm confident to make Fanta Maggie. Is it confusion or fusion?
It's fusion.
Fanta Maggie is fusion? You
Yes.
like it?
No, I don't.
Will you
but
eat it? Will you serve it to 1,000 people?
No.
No, then it's confusion. Okay? You are wearing chef uniform. Everything that comes out of your hands has to be
Fusion.
टेस्टी. एडिबल तो ये भी बना देंगे. हेल्दी. मैं धीरे बोलता हूँ थोड़ा. वो वाला पार्ट में थोड़ा हमेशा धीरे बोलता हूँ क्योंकि मैं हेल्दी नहीं हूँ ना. मैं हेल्दी बन रहा हूँ. All right. Anyways, so what I've done is I've added a little salt, I've added a little lemon juice, and I'm adding a bit of pecan nuts into this to give it a nice, beautiful, nutty flavor. Okay. These are pecans which are already roasted and then chopped, and then I'm going to add some olive oil. which I don't have today.
This is olive oil. They use the Indian cooking olive oil.
Okay. Kothay? Olive oil, extra virgin, right from Italy. Okay, anybody can tell me, is this olive oil or no? How do I identify olive oil? Color, I can put color in this today. Smell, very good. Aja. Aja. Smell and what else? Color, smell and what else? Taste bhi ho sakta hai ki hai? Hai, very good. Okay, so a good extra virgin olive oil must taste fresh, grassy. Okay, like grass. घास खाया कभी? हाँ? ये देख ये you are from first year, second year, third year. Very good. And what do you want to become? Bakery chef. Can we have a round of applause for Anjana? I'll tell you something, guys. Okay, a batch in any college may have 100, 120, 130, 150. First कितने लोग आते हैं? क्यों? Why? Have you ever thought कि एक ही आदमी फर्स्ट क्यों आता है? 6 आदमी क्यों नहीं आते? 10 आदमी क्यों नहीं आते? Because 35% of people have already decided कि हमसे ना हो पाएगा, हम पीछे बैठ जाते हैं, सोएंगे.
Now I'll tell you how confidence sometimes can lead you to new opportunities. I today offer Anjana a one-day masterclass at School for European Pastry and Culinary Arts in Gurugram.
Wow. Okay, first कैसे आते हैं? First मेहनत करने से आते हैं. फर्स्ट फोकस रहने से आते हैं. फर्स्ट इसलिए आते हैं क्योंकि अगर मैं इसमें घुस गया हूं, ओखली में अगर मैंने सर दे दिया है, तो मुझे अब ये नहीं सोचना है कि मैं शेफ बनूंगा या बावर्ची बनूंगा या कुक बनूंगा या नहीं बनूंगा. आई विल बिकम अ शेफ, एंड इफ आई डोंट बिकम अ शेफ, एटलीस्ट आई विल नॉट बिकम अ फेलियर. आई विल बिकम समथिंग गुड इन लाइफ, बिकॉज हार्ड वर्क always pays. So Anjana, I've been listening to you very quietly, your answers very quietly. You've been giving those answers, which means that you've been reading up, which means you're studying, you're working hard. All the very best. Keep doing what you do, okay? And one day masterclass at SEP is already given to you as a gift. Wow, what an amazing gift. Okay, to let you know, I have never got that masterclass in SEP. Along with me, I also got one. Okay, great. All right, so we're moving on. That pumpkin mixture is gone to get a whip. Okay, the second thing that we are going to do, which we have already made because we don't have much time, but I'm going to just show it to you very quickly, is the crispy pecan tui, which Chef Anil also made, but my recipe is a little different. I am going to use a pre-made tui because we cannot wait for another 15 minutes for this to go and get roasted. But I'll just quickly show you how it is made. So Chef Anil used white sugar, I'm using brown sugar. The difference is nothing, but just the color of the tui will become darker. Okay, now I want that dark color because I want that nutty browny color. Okay, so I first put my sugar. Okay, along with that I put glucose. Should I come here? How does this work? Okay. All right, guys, please ask questions. Okay, not just from me, but Chef Vicky is here, Chef Bali is here, Chef Anil is here. You can ask any questions. You have not asked many questions. Only the first front two rows have asked questions. Please, guys sitting behind, don't just yawn, don't just talk, don't just enjoy pecan nuts, also ask questions. This is your opportunity. और अगर आपको लग रहा है कि भाई जल्दी खत्म हो, इसके बाद लंच करने जाएं, तो अभी से चले जाओ. जिसको लंच करना है, who wants to have lunch? Nobody wants to have lunch. Joyanta, nobody gets lunch today. Very good. Okay, I was just checking. So for making this tui, okay, the crispness is going to come from the pecan, the nuttiness is going to come from the pecan, but the body and the texture of the tui is going to come from the sugar, glucose and the butter, right? So once the sugar is started to melt off, I'm going to add the butter into it. So that the butter, sugar and glucose becomes like one mixture. All right, now the butter has melted. If you can see, this is almost like an even mixture. Okay, and that is the time I add the chopped pecans. Now I switch off the flame and I add the flour. Now all these ingredients are measured. The recipe is with you. Okay, you can look at page number 26, I think. Okay, and 26 page number has the recipe with you, so you can just go through the recipe. Okay. Now at this stage, I want the tui to be really thin. So I could either use that technology or technique that Chef Anil had made. You know, you use a mold, a pre-silicon pad mold. Or if you want to do shards, like a big slab, and then you want to cut open shards from it. Okay, what you do is just spread it like this. Then take another silicon mat and just spread the rolling pin like this. Okay. What you're going to get is right, a nice thin slab for making this tui. Okay, now this goes into the oven for about 9 minutes at 160 degrees centigrade. When it will come out, it will become nice and crisp. So that's number 2 element that has happened. The pumpkin mixture has already gone to get whipped, you know, and become nice and smooth. So if you understand that my plate will have variety of flavors and variety of textures. So the first flavor is the pumpkin. The second flavor is the masala pecans that I'm going to make now. The third flavor is the pickled red peppers. The fourth flavor is this tui. And the main thing in the center is what happened? What happened suddenly? Avijit? Avijit, should we stop it? Should we stop? No, there are people who are walking out and there's commotion. Guys, the last thing you can do is, you know, honor the people who have come for you. Okay, I've got better things to do in life, to be very honest, than to come to GNIHM. All right, so I'm going to make a quick pepper, red pepper pickle. Okay, now when you hear pickle, what comes to your mind? Achar, right? What all kind of achar have you ever made in life? Mango, chili, very good. What else? Lemon, Now all these pickles need at least 1 month to make, right? Now how can I make a pickle on a pan? With vinegar. Very good. मेरे पास तो ये शेफ एक एक दिन ऐड करता जाए नहीं तो डिश ही खा लियो पूरी. Okay, that's better. So when you're making any quick pickles, you're either boiling or you're sauteing like this. So for a pickle, you definitely need an acid and you need flavorings. So here the acid is going to be balsamic vinegar. So I put salt, pepper. I'm adding a little bit of balsamic vinegar. It is a little sweet, the balsamic vinegar, but I want to add a little more sugar to it. And then a little salt. And I want to give it a little kick, so I'm adding a little bit of chili powder. Okay, and then gently on this, just let it kind of caramelize. All right, now the whip is ready. The shards are going to get ready. Let's quickly make the masala peanuts and then, which are also ready. The masala pecans. For that, we have the whole pecans. Yeah, it's there. And a pan. So, Chef Anil made a caramelized pecan, then took some apart for Chef Bali, added chaat masala. Okay, that's one way of making it, but that pecan was a little too sweet for my dish. So what I'm going to do is, I'm still going to use a bit of sweetness, but that is going to be from honey, and the rest of it is going to be the masala and a little bit of olive oil. So when we are toasting the pecans, we want the masala to stick to it. So for that, you need some sticking agent. We have the honey, right? Yeah. Right. So here I'm adding a little honey. Now these pecans, I believe, are already roasted. So I don't need to roast them a little more. But along with it, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil for that shine. And also the olive oil is going to be used as a sticking agent. Right. Now let the honey just come to a temperature. Like what Chef Bali was telling, that, whenever you heat pecans, it kind of opens up, the pores open up, right? Now what we have is the pores are opening up, but there's a coating around it. So once we actually make the entire thing and cool it down, then the entire thing is going to take up the masale ka flavor, okay? Now the moment it starts to smoke, that's where I'm going to add salt, little chili powder, and then chaat masala powder. Okay, again, flavorings are flavorings. I could add dried mint powder here. Along with the chaat masala, it becomes minty pecans. I can add peri peri powder here, becomes peri peri pecans. I can add garlic and onion powder and a bit of thyme, then it becomes a little beautiful, oniony kind of pecans. So the whole idea is that flavoring is in your hands. How you use it, how you think is totally up to you. More chaat masala. Okay. So one final toss. And then when we cool down, we'll see the masala is completely coated the entire thing. The honey is not becoming chip because there's olive oil, supporting it. And after it's cooled down, it's going to become like a crispy snack that you can actually gulp down. Okay, so all my elements are done. Now let's look at plating. Before we do that, do you have any questions? You can, but then again you'll have to go through the same process what Chef Anil did, because you just can't add sugar and imagine that it's going to happen by its own. So you're going to take it to that level of 107. If you're making mithai, what is that? Very good. Ek tar ki chashni. Okay. Is it ek tar or do tar, chef? Do tar, no? But 107 will be ek tar. Okay. Now for making balushai, how many tar chashni you use? Do tar. Okay. Now what was happening was at one tar he actually put the pecans, but the moment he heated more, it became do tar ki chashni. That's how the balushai texture came, no? The frosted sugar. So you have to always relate, where have I seen something like this? Then it becomes a memory. In my life, I have never ever learnt a recipe, and probably that's why I've never been a pastry chef. But for culinary, I've never learnt a recipe. I've always understood it. You know, I've understood that why do you need to, if you have to make a pickle, why does olive oil go, or why does not normal oil go, or why do you used to use balsamic and not synthetic vinegar? So when you start thinking, the recipe comes alive to you, and then you can also have multiple applications to the entire recipe. So my suggestion to you, whether you want to take it or not, but never ratta, do a ratta to a recipe. Because I had a batchmate of mine in OCLD, and let me tell you, this is a joke, right? But that man today is a very big chef of a very big man, and I'll leave it at there. The recipe said, saute onion for 3 minutes. So you actually put a timer of 3 minutes, and he's sauteing. And I'm seeing, onions are becoming brown already. No, it's 2 minutes. Still have to go for 1 minute. And he did it for 3 minutes, and the onions were black. Okay, this was a beginning. So there could be a faulty recipe. There could be a printing error. There could be a recipe which has not been checked. But if you just take the recipe and say, I'm going to follow the recipe, then you're probably going to land up somewhere, right? So instead of that, I'm not saying don't follow a recipe, but also follow your heart, right? Follow your heart, follow your eyes, follow your senses. You can see the onion is browning. Make sure onions are golden brown. Onions are dark brown. There's a difference between dark brown and golden brown. Your eyes are telling you something, your senses are telling you something, but na, hum to lakir ke fakir banke recipe follow karenge, right? That doesn't work. Okay, so I am using this beautiful cheese from Italy called burrata. Anybody can tell me what is this? A little more about burrata, can you tell me? तेरा कोटा पूरा हो गया बेटा, बाकियों को भी मौका दो. Anybody? Sorry? Soft cheese. Okay, soft cheese तो cream cheese भी होती है. Anybody knows burrata, the family it comes from, where is it from, why is it so round, what is outside, what is inside? Anybody knows? From India. Italy. Italy. Okay, Italy. Very good. And then what else about that? What else? Why is it called burrata? Why not Anjana? There's no logic. They just named the cheese burrata. But it comes from the family of mozzarella. Okay, it is a fresh mozzarella which is basically got an outer casing of nothing but pure cheese that is actually happening, the fresh cheese. And then inside there's a soft mixture of chopped cheese called stracciatella. Okay, it's all packed up like a ball and then preserved in whey. And that's how it goes from Italy and travels around the world. But this particular cheese is from India. Okay, there are a lot of cheese farmers that are making cheese in India today as well. So now what I'm doing is I'm just making a dosa out of the whip because I want it to be nice and even across the plate. So making sure that, the entire circumference is covered, where at the same point of time, I'm not heavy on one side, light on the other. Okay? Then we're going to use a bit of mixed lettuce. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of microgreens to my mixed lettuce. Ishan has really helped me to dress it up. So I've put some, I think, salt, pepper, and balsamic lime juice Dijon. So it's a beautiful mesclun salad now. Okay, just putting it on the sides. Right. I should have been using gloves, guys. I'm sorry. Just reminded of Chef Anil took the gloves and said this is the final step. I should be using gloves. But you're going to taste it anyways, no? Thoda chef ka haath lagna chahiye. Okay, now the pickled peppers just lining up. The masala pecans here as well. That's going to give it a beautiful crunch. And finally, the shards. So it's a nice crispy shard. We have any, this is the chili oil, right? And finally, a little bit of chili oil. I could use chili oil, I could use herb oil, just to give it that lift, okay, for the presentation as well as the flavor. Now, what I want you to understand is that, like I said, do not learn a recipe only, understand the recipe. So if you understand the built-up of this, this is a base of a salad, really. What is a salad? Okay, salad is not just salad leaves and then something, something, something. A salad has three components. It has a dressing, it has a base, and it has a topping. That's really a salad. If you think about any salad, you can break down in these three components. So here, if you have to this salad, there's one component which is your base, which is your pumpkin puree. Okay, then the added components are the crunch, because you need a crunch in a salad. And the third part is your dressing, right? And that is what I've done with the chili oil. So if you break down any salad like this, you can then start to understand that, okay, I can have this dressing, this dressing, this dressing, this dressing, this dressing. This goes well with this lettuce, this lettuce, this lettuce, this lettuce, or this vegetable, this chicken, this prawn, this, right? So now you can actually do permutation and combination from this salad or this dressing or this ingredient. So you start thinking, okay? And there you go, guys. The dish is ready. Thank you. Magic रह गया. Okay. पर मैजिक से पहले सवाल कोई क्वेश्चन लाइटर नहीं मिल लाइटर ओके आई एम इन बंगाल एंड आई नो एवरीबडी स्मोक्स हियर कैन आई गेट अ लाइटर joint as a smoker hence proved okay that's okay yeah everybody has their own oh yeah. Thank you, chef. Yes. Plain pecan. You have a plain. Yes. Yeah, plain. Any questions up till now? Hi, member Jama. Okay, so we heard that pecan is a beautiful, healthy nut which contains good. What is good for health? Why is it good for health? It has what? MUFA, monounsaturated fatty acids, which are good for our system. Okay, it's also a, हाँ? अरे कविता मैम ने शुरुआत की थी, कितनी सारी चीजें बोली. Heart friendly, why? Because of MUFA, right? But also is anti-cancer, why? Because of? Huh? That's immunity. Zinc is immunity. Why is anti-cancer? Or anti-aging? Antioxidants. Okay, so many things that this beautiful nut has, but it also has another beautiful thing. Now what I'm going to do is magic, but not really magic, because we've heard about it, we've understood that there's good fat in it, there's good oil in it. Okay, and if we see that if you are able to burn this, okay, and how long does it go? So what I'm doing to this nut, I've tried it with almond and I've tried it with walnut, and it doesn't work. But this one can go on and go on and go on and burn the whole thing till it's burnt completely. If you see, there are no smoke coming out, which is there's no bad saturated fatty acids, which means good fat. Okay, and it's burning because it's fully loaded with the oil. Okay, and that's a proof. So next time घर में light जाए, and if you don't find a candle, pecan जलाएं, और दिवाली में pecan खाएं और pecan जलाएं. आपने वो मूवी देखी है जाने भी दो यारो? How many of people have seen जाने भी दो यारो? Okay, it's a wonderful movie. I don't think this generation even knows about it. But उसमें एक डायलॉग है, थोड़ा खाओ थोड़ा फेंको मजा आएगा. So here, थोड़ा खाओ थोड़ा जलाओ मजा आएगा. Okay guys, thank you. And special thanks to Ishan once again. You know, the guy has tirelessly worked very hard. Okay, thank you Ishan, thank you so much.
May I request Junto sir to provide the vote of thanks?
Very good.
So thank you, dear students, for patiently watching and observing. I hope this session has improved your knowledge, and we'll be doing such sessions frequently. That's a promise from us, and I believe
Thank you.
you get an insight about pecan nuts and its beneficial effects on human body.
One second.
So thank you, students, and thank you, our beloved chefs.
Okay guys, one second.
Yes.
This is what
So
happens when you
can-
don't pay attention.
Yes.
You had an
So-
award. People who have answered questions can come and taste the dishes, and that happens now. The people who have answered. So where are the names?
So kindly scan this. Those who didn't receive the form, you can come forward and scan this. Okay. So thank you, chefs, for coming and sharing knowledge to our students. I firmly believe that this session was a wonderful session for everyone. Thank you.